Hey y'all, welcome to Project 2's first milestone. We're going to start the same way we did for Project 1 with Moodboards. As you know, Moodboards are essential for you to get your ideas on paper and for your client or the person you're working with to get an idea of maybe the direction of a site that you're building or an application you're building and just get an understanding of what you're planning to do. So just as a note, keep up the great work. It was tremendous to see your first submission, from those first submissions to the second submissions in the final mood boards, and to see the progress and the feedback that was given. And what I really appreciate is that for the majority of y'all, you took the feedback both from myself and your peers to heart and actually made considerable efforts to change and to update your mood boards. And so keep that in mind as we move into this first into the mood board for Project 2. And keep in mind your final submission. I think there was a lot of great movement and a lot of great examples and progress made in your second submissions in Project 1. And so keep that same mindset and the things that you tweaked. And now that you're a little bit more comfortable with mood boards, I'm sure for some of you that was your first mood board. And so hopefully seeing your peers within your group, seeing some of these good examples from Project 1 will help highlight and give direction for and some inspiration for Project number 2's mood board itself. So just to go over the instructions, as far as the creation of the mood board, nothing has changed from Project number 1. But just to think about the context of this project, think about what type of apartment you're designing for. What kind of style does it have? Who's going to be living in these apartments? Where is it located at? Is it an expensive price point or maybe a cheap and affordable price point? And so those will all be things you'd want to keep in mind as you create your mood board. You're also starting from scratch. And so how you lay out your mood board is up to you. You can be as creative or as structured as you want on your mood board based on your apartment complex. And so if it's a more modern, trendy, very, black and white style apartment complex, then maybe it's a very structured site. If it's maybe a more, if it lends itself to being more playful, family oriented, then maybe it's a more playful apartment complex mood board. And so whether you're designing for an ultra modern complex in the city or an off-campus unit for students, understanding your audience and understanding their needs and kind of where this apartment that you're going to be designing for is located is a great starting point for your mood boards. Your mood boards, like I said, this doesn't change from Project 1, but must include at a minimum the color palette, the typography, showing the header and the body font, and then actually saying what those fonts are. I think that was missed on a couple mood boards in Project 1, but showing the header and the body font enough to give the end user an understanding of what it would look like, and then actually naming those fonts as well, whether that's a tag or however you represent it on your mood boards. Textures and patterns, if it's applicable to your apartment complex. Photo inspiration, so 3 minimum, again, examples of that. Photography of what your apartments might look like, and again, you can pull from sources with this. I think that the where we're at with web design and with this class and with this project, pull from open source options like Unsplash and Pexel and others that you might know of. You can pull photography inspiration from existing apartment websites that you take inspiration from or might look at for inspiration to use in your photo inspiration here. 3 UI examples. So look at other apartment websites that might fit in that category. Maybe they're local to Cleveland or Pittsburgh or Akron or other areas that you're familiar with, and get UI inspiration. Include examples of those on your mood board. And then again, 4 adjectives that describe your apartment website, and and that should lend itself to some of the information you provided in the previous module itself. So you're going to share your final mood board as a PDF along with your description, and so to your groups so that they can see it and check out your work for your mood board itself.